All right, let's configure our Gmail account and also do some best practices on creating labels, which are kind of like folders to organize important emails that you receive. So the first thing we're going to do is fix this one feed element here where every one of my emails are in one location. And I want to configure my inbox, which means that I'm going to click on the Google gear and configure my inbox to break up my email in primary, social, and promotional, which are kind of like shopping components. So if I hit save, watch what it does to my feed here. See, it made a primary, it made a social, and then promotional. And now I can kind of go after my emails, and the first one's up here at the top. As you can tell, they're not deletable on the left. That means that they're advertisements, and that means I can delete them over here on the right. Now my promotional material, those right here, you can tell that those are basically generic ones, while those are advertisements. So again, you have to delete like this, but then I can choose to select all and then delete all of those promotions. So it's just a nice way to organize your email. Another preference I have is I'm not a fan of the white on white. It's just kind of hard for me to read. And so I'll change my theme by going to the settings and then go to themes. And instead of making something even colorful, which I do like those, but it's kind of hard to read through it, I want to focus on readability. I'm going to change it to a black background. Okay, and hit save. So you like that? It's just kind of nice, isn't it? It's just an easier read for me. So from the Google gear, I made sure that I had the configure inbox and the themes. Now, if you don't have the same density display as I do like the display density, where you click on the Google gear and take the first option and stay with default. Comfortable and compact, they really don't necessarily show the files, what type they are. I like to be able to visibly see what the attachments are and considering the title of them and the type. So I kind of like that route. So I leave it as a default. So that's pretty much the viewability component. Now, if you ever get an email, and this is important, notice that I have a label established on Glenn here. He's one of my LEAs. Okay. And let's say that I wanted to keep this receipt. I have a receipt where I paid for something. So if I wanted to keep this receipt in here, I could make this a priority. Now what you will do is most likely have it where you have a parent tagged. So your parents will have a label, and also it would show over here on the left in the flyout menu here. Well, if I can make it happen, there we go. I could scroll down until I see the folder or the label, my LEAs. So here's what I would do to create one of those. If I wanted to make this one an important one for me, I could click on the email, and notice that now I have a lot more functionality up here. If I deselect, look, it disappears. Okay, so if I select it again and I wanted to save this, I could go and make a label, and those labels will show over here, and that would be the names of them. See that? So I'm going to make this rent. Now this is where you would make your parent one if you wanted to. But label as rent, create new, create. And now it says rent on it. Now notice it's in the pale white. And if I wanted to color code this, I could roll over, right? And now it's alphabetized, so rent should be under the P. There we go. So now if I want to make a color, I can click on it, and then label color. And I'll make it green. See? Just visibly easier to see, and also it cross-references. When I click on it, it will filter just that one. So for now on, every one of the ones I get from this particular email address will show in here, as well as in my feed right up here. It's still there, right? But it's also in another place where I can just see it a little bit easier. So those are some of the best practices in using Gmail, and also setting it up so that you can basically see it better.